Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Mona Lisa Rumbai, bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. What it means to grow up as parents, starting with the educational needs of the children, we must be recognized and read in depth in order to be able to adequately structure and, as effectively as possible, their educational action. Parenthood today, more than in the past, is a more complex reality to manage and address. Starting from this observation, the Institute of Psychology of Pontifical Salesian University of Rome has promoted for Friday 7th May from 6 to 7:30 a webinar entitled Educare to Parenthood. The webinar will be an opportunity to reflect for all parents, psychologists and educators who wish to orient themselves among many doubts and cliches, among the many certainties and uncertainties of their educational task and want to question, observe and grow together and alongside their children. Finally, the webinar also represents an opportunity to present the new publication entitled Educare to Parenting. Operating Manual for Training and Self-Training to Enhance and Support Parental Skills by Marco Maggi, Alessandro Ricci, Franco Angeli. After 2 months of extraordinary visit to the Merry Help of Christians of Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia and Malawi ZMB, the visitor Don Vaclav Clement spent a quality time in the central week of April with the 14 directors of the Works of Visitors and the Visitor Council for the traditional annual retreat and for 2 days of joint training. After this appointment, the visitors' agenda includes stops in Namibia and Zimbabwe before the final meetings again in Zambia. After visiting Malawi and Zambia, already 11 of ZMB's 14 communities, the visitor led a spiritual retreat on the theme Following Jesus like Don Bosco in the Kasisi Retreat Center located on the outskirts of Lusaka, one of the oldest missions in the region of Zambia, where the Catholic presence dates back 125 years. On the 27th of April 2021, the volume of the Positio Super Vita, Virtutibus et Fama Sanctitatis of the Servant of God Antonio de Almeida Lustosa of the Society of St. Francis of Sales, Archbishop of Fortaleza, Brazil, was delivered to the Congregation for the Causes of Saints in the Vatican. Antonio de Almeida Lustosa was born in São João del Rei, Minas Gerais State, Brazil on February 11, 1886. From his parents, João Baptista Pimentel Lustosa and Delfina Eugenia de Almeida Magalhães, exemplary Christians, he receives a good Christian and human formation. An intelligent and good and generous boy, at 16 he entered the Salesian College of Cachoeira do Campo, Minas Gerais. 3 years later, he is in Lorraine as a novice and assistant to his companions. After his first religious profession in 1906, he also became a teacher of philosophy while studying theology. The perpetual profession takes place 3 years later, while 28 January 1912 marks the date of his priestly ordination. In 1916, he was the director and master of novices in Navinhas in the Colegio São Manuel. In the 5 years he spends there, the young Don Lustosa expresses the best of himself both as a priest and as a Salesian. In the Salesian Institute of Florence, opened by Don Bosco himself in 1881, the meeting of the Mediterranean region has just ended. It was held on 26th and 27th April with the presence of the inspectors of Italy and the national and regional coordinators of youth pastoral care and training in online connection with their counterparts in the Iberian and Middle Eastern areas. Animated and coordinated by the regional councillor, Father Juan Carlos Perez Godoy, the meeting was very rich and stimulating, both for the fraternal and joyful climate and for the proposed contents and the subsequent and wide-ranging dialogue. It was certainly a precious time for the consolidation of the region's identity. Don Miguel Angel Gracia Morcunde, General Counsellor for Youth Pastoral Care, started the two-day work with an analysis of the current time of pandemic in relation to Salesian pastoral care. On the occasion of World Day of Prayer for Vocations, the Association of Salesian Cooperators ASC of Japan welcomed 4 new members. Don Jacob Hideki Himaguchi, Superior of the Salesian Province of Japan GIA, presided over the Eucharist, concelebrated by Don Paul Nobuyuki Tamura, ASC Provincial Delegate, during which 3 women and 1 man made their first promise. On 8th and 9th April, employees and apprentices of the Salesian work Don Bosco ASHA Am In received the coronavirus vaccine in cooperation with the vaccination center of the local Department of Public Health Muldorf Am In. The gymnasium of the Don Bosco ASHA Am In has been transformed into a vaccination center where 232 doses have been administered by 2 teams from the DLGR volunteer network, the Muldorf and Matilsa Muldorf. Everything went well and we gave the first dose to about 60% of our employees and apprentices, said Executive Director Christian Kunde, thanking all the protagonists of his initiative. "449 students from 17 classes of the Salesian Institute Don Bosco Ngangi of Goma, belonging to the Central Africa Province AFC, began on April 24th the exams of the first semester 2020 to 2021. The exam session takes place 2 months after the resumption of the lessons after the second confinement decreed by the government and the suspension of school activities of about 2 months due to the large-scale spread of COVID-19 cases in the country. The examination session will end on 8th May. Don Bosco en la Calle, Don Bosco per la Strada is a service provided by the Centro Teco Pinardi, Proyecto Don Bosco, to accompany young people living on the streets of Santa Cruz, seeking their reintegration into families or a stable home. The service we provide is based on commitment and sensitivity to the reality of children and young people excluded, said Paolo Trevisanato, head of Teco Pinardi. The initiative was born in July 2019, thanks to the collaboration of the Italian NGO Unity per la Solidarité Onlus, which for 5 months activated a pilot project of street educators with the support of APNA Bolivia and continues from January 2021 with funding for 3 years, thanks to the support of the Missionary Prosecutor's Office in Bonn and Kingdom Mission Work. Since March this year, a mobile phone number 596907934 has been activated with WhatsApp to report the presence of young people living on the street and to have the education team intervene for first contact and analyze the situation for appropriate intervention. The Palabek refugee camp was officially established in April 2016 and is currently home to more than 56,000 refugees and asylum seekers. Here, Salesian missionaries welcome and support all these people, offer them pastoral care and also run some schools to ensure adequate education for children and young people. Among these shots, which portray moments of daily life in the camp, there are also images related to the Easter period, with the celebrations of Holy Week, Easter Mass and the baptisms of some newborns. Salesians in Ireland are inviting everyone to a journey of preparation for a Marian consecration that will take place on 24th May 2021, the Feast of Mary Help of Christians. So the Superior of the province, St. Patrick of Ireland, Don Ewan MacDonald, shared a reflection entitled, "I Love You Too, Consecration," which we report here. I love you. If you utter these words, you will surely hold your breath while waiting for an answer. You took a risk. You made yourself vulnerable in front of a person you love. You will wait anxiously, hoping that the other person will respond with the words, "I love you too." Can you imagine God holding his divine breath while he awaits Mary's response in the Annunciation? Surely all mankind held his breath as he waited for his answer on our behalf. When Mary said her yes, she simply said to God, "I love you too," offering herself as a gift to the God who first loved her. She chooses to allow God's plan to take place in her and through her. "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let what you have said happen to me." Luke 1:38. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.